Welcome to the news update at dawn on African Free Press Television. My name is Aritz Efa. Operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency yesterday night visited the headquarters of Arik Air in Ikeja following the arrest in London of a crew member of the airline for allegedly being in possession of cocaine. The Arik crew member, identified as Chika Egwu Densi, was arrested on Monday night by operatives of the United Kingdom Border Force with 20 kilograms of cocaine in London. Confirming the arrest, Arik's spokesperson Adebanji Ola confirmed the visit by NDLEA's operatives. Udensi was arrested at the London Heathrow Airport shortly after an Arik Air flight W3101 that departed from the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos, touched down in the UK. Udensi's arrest comes about 2 years after two crew members of Arik Air were equally nabbed by the UK Border Force in London. In December 2011, another Arik Air cabin crew, Chinwendu Ogbonnaya, was arrested in London for drug trafficking and jailed for 5 years in London. Also on May 21, 2013, two female crew members of the airline were arrested still at Heathrow Airport in London for suspected drug trafficking. The two had been arrested after a package of drugs was discovered by Border Force officers on a bus which had been used to transport air crew. The street value of the haul at the time had been put at around £600,000. Chairman Senate Committee on Ethics, Privileges and Public Petitions, Senator Samuel Anyanwu, said on Tuesday that the upper chamber would go ahead with planned probe of the chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Ibrahim Lamade, scheduled for today. Anyanwu, a People's Democratic Party member representing Imo South Senatorial District, who stated this in Abuja while speaking with journalists, explained that he was not bound by the advice of his party's caucus in the Senate because he takes directives only from the Senate leadership. He also said as chairman, Senate Committee on Ethics, Privileges and Public Petitions, he is answerable to the Senate in the first instance, as the committee attends to every petition that comes in from the public, and the invitation of the EFCC boss is just one of those petitions, and the petitioner is also going to appear before the committee. Chairman of the Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission, Mr. Elias Mbam, yesterday disclosed that the Commission had begun the process of trimming down the pay packages of the President, Senators, members of the House of Representatives, governors and all elected public officials to reflect current economic realities. Speaking with journalists after meeting President Muhammadu Buhari, Mbam said no federal lawmaker received ₦1 million monthly as salary, adding that their salaries will be pruned down to reflect the current economic status. More than 200 delegates and 65 industry stakeholders from more than 25 countries are expected to attend the Remit Africa 2015 event in Lagos in December. Remittance providers and stakeholders such as money transfer operators, financial services providers, financial technology providers, vendors, agent network operators, mobile financial services providers, regulators and stakeholders from the supply and demand side of the remittance industry will be meeting at the Remit Africa 2015. According to the organizers of the forum, Mobile Money Africa, Nigeria was selected to host the event, being the top Africa remittance beneficiary in the last few years. Tanzania Football Federation has confirmed that the 2017 Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers between the Taifa Stars and Super Eagles of Nigeria will hold at the National Stadium, Dar es Salaam on Saturday, September 5. TFF President Jamal Malinzi also confirmed that the match will kick off at 4:30 p.m. Tanzanian time, that is 2:30 p.m. in Nigeria. Coach Sunday Olise has 19 home-based professionals in camp in Abuja and has also called 18 overseas-based players led by Eagles goalkeeper and skipper Vincent Eyama. The Nigeria Football Federation has also confirmed that it has finalized all arrangements with regards to the Super Eagles movement into and out of Dar es Salaam, as well as accommodation for the delegation in the Tanzanian capital. With oil prices hitting the rocks in the international market and the National Bureau of Statistics announcing yesterday that Nigeria's growth rate slowed to 2.35% in the second quarter, the federal government has very few options than to seize on the opening presented by the oil slump to remove the subsidy on petroleum. This, according to economic analysts, will enable government to reduce the country's fiscal imbalance and reduce pressure on foreign reserves and the naira, resulting largely from the importation of petroleum products. The price of Brent crude fell close to a 6-year low of $42 on Monday before rising to $43 a barrel yesterday, while the West Texas Intermediates traded at $38.75 per barrel, up 1.2% on the day and off Monday's low of $37.75. But yesterday's marginal recovery was considered temporary, as oil analysts have predicted that oil could fall to a 16-year low of $20 a barrel due to the oversupply from the US and Middle East and economic slowdown in China. Security officials in Moyo district have been put on an alert over reports of fighting in neighboring Magui County, South Sudan. The district internal security officer, Mr. Andrew Kandiho, said although the border area on Ugandan side is safe, residents have been told to be on alert in case the clashes spill over. He assured residents that in case of any threat, the force will be ready to respond immediately. Tension in South Sudan is said to have come as a result of President Salva Kiir's delay to sign the peace deal with former Vice President Riek Machar in Ethiopia's capital, Addis Ababa. The signing was expected on Saturday. 25-year-old Ghanaian graduate Nazi Noter Alema is feared to have joined the terrorist group Islamic State in Iraq and Syria. Nazi, a graduate of Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology with a degree in Geography and Rural Development, is feared to be one of 10 suspected Muslim youths from Ghana who have joined the terrorist group. According to family sources, on August 2nd, soon after completing the mandatory national service in Ghana, Alema sent a WhatsApp message to his family to the effect that he was traveling to another part of Ghana on a job-related assignment, but later sent another message to negate the earlier one. Concerns have been expressed in several quarters about a covert drive to recruit vulnerable Muslim youth for the terrorist organization. A curfew has been imposed in India's western state of Gujarat following violence after a massive rally by the Patel community demanding better access to jobs and education. A day-long strike called by the community is also being observed. The main city of Ahmedabad is virtually shut down. Tuesday's rally turned violent when protestants clashed with local people. Patels make up 20% of the population of Gujarat. The caste is economically and politically powerful, but the protestants say quotas for lower caste puts them at a disadvantage. The rally was addressed by Hardik Patel, a 22-year-old controversial community leader. Several incidents of violence and rioting were reported from across Ahmedabad late on Tuesday following the detention of Patel, who was later released. Israel's Supreme Court has ordered the release of illegal migrants and refugees held for more than a year at a detention center in the Negev deserts. On Tuesday, 750 people were released in small groups, with 428 scheduled to be released today. But those freed were left with few options after being barred from 2 cities, Tel Aviv and Eilat, in the face of hostility from many residents. As in other parts of the world, immigration has become a high-profile issue in Israel, with right-wing politicians calling for action to limit it and activists urging government to accept people from countries such as Eritrea. The Supreme Court 2 weeks ago overturned the provision of a law that would have allowed illegal immigrants to be held up to 20 months without trial. It ruled that illegal migrants held for more than a year should be released within 2 weeks. For more news, you can visit our website www.africanfreepress.com. Follow at African Free Press on Twitter and like African Free Press on Facebook. My name is Arit A. Farmer. Good morning.